Hello friends, welcome to my YouTube channel. Today in this video I'm going to talk about top 10 most useful English vocabulary used in studies and academics. This is my first video, and if you do like my video, please subscribe to my channel and give it a thumbs up so that I am encouraged to make more videos in future. So without wasting much time, let's dive in. Now whenever we speak of learning language to learn, words are very important. Words are in fact the building blocks of language. So to learn a new word, these are the 6 things that we have to keep in mind. Some of these things are very important, absolutely essential, and some of these things are not so important, but it's better to have the knowledge of these things when we learn a new word. So let's start. The first thing that we require to know about a word is the pronunciation of the word, how the word sounds, how the word is uttered. It's very important. The next thing about a word is its spelling, how the word is spelled. Okay, this comes of course when we are writing. While speaking doesn't, spelling does not apply, I'm sorry. And the third important thing is the definition of the word, meaning what the word means. And it's an added bonus if you know what part of speech the word is. And then the most important thing, we have to learn to use the word that we have learned in a sentence of our own. And towards the end, it's not very important, but it's better to have the knowledge of it if you want to, the language of origin. Okay, so from which language the word has been taken. So these are some of the things that we have to keep in mind while learning a new word. So in today's video we are going to take a look at 10 most useful words in studies and academic work. So let's begin. The first word we have is mnemonics. This is how it is pronounced, mnemonics. And how it is spelled, MNEMONICS, mnemonics. What it means tricks that help you remember something. For example, I before E except after C is a mnemonic for English spelling. Example, friend but not receive. Pay attention to the spelling, F-R-I-E-N-D, friend, but not R-E-C-E-I-V-E, the position of I and E. Fine. What part of speech is the word? The part of speech is noun. What is the language of origin for this word? This word is derived from the ancient Greek word mnemonikos, meaning of memory or relating to memory. Fine. And the last thing, the most important thing, let's see how this word can be used in a sentence. I have an example for you here. I know some people develop very clever mnemonics to help them remember the material. So this is how we use the word in this sentence. So what do we mean by mnemonics? It is a trick that helps people to remember something. Okay, so let's move on. The next word that we have is portfolio. Portfolio. This is how we pronounce it. And how do we spell it? P-O-R-T-F-O-L-I-O. Portfolio. What does the word mean? A collection of individual pieces of work may include drawing and other example of creative work as well as writing. So this is what it means. A collection of writing work is called portfolio. And what part of speech is the word? It is noun. The language of origin for this word, it is of mixed origin, Italian, French and Latin, which means a wallet of folder or sheets. Fine. And now let's see whether we can use this word in a sentence of our own. After dinner that evening, Edith showed them a portfolio of her own political cartoons. So this is how we use the word in a sentence. So remember, before we move on, portfolio means a collection of individual pieces of work. It may be drawing, it may be writing, or any other sort of creative work. Number 2. Let's move on to number 3. The third word is Dissertation. This is how it is pronounced. And how do we spell the word? We spell the word as dissertation. Dissertation. What do we mean by this word? It means a long research-based work, perhaps 10,000 to 15,000 words for a degree or a diploma. And what part of speech is the word? The part of speech of the word is noun. About the language of origin, this word is of Latin origin, meaning discussion. And let us use the word in a sentence of our own. My doctoral dissertation was a study of his privy chamber and its staff. So this is how we have used the word dissertation in a sentence. So before we move on to the next word, dissertation means a long research-based work, more than 10,000 words for a degree or a diploma. Let's dive in and take a look at word number 4. The fourth word is thesis. And how do we spell the word? We spell the word as THESIS. And what does this word means? It means a very long original research-based work, perhaps 80 to 100,000 words for a higher degree, example PhD. Now, try and understand the difference between a dissertation and thesis. Both refer to a research-based work. They differ in two aspects, length and also for degree. Thesis is written for PhD, higher degree, and dissertation is for diploma or any other kind of degree. The language of origin, the part of speech of this word is noun, of course, and the word is of Greek origin, meaning something put forth. Okay, it refers to an intellectual proposition. And let's use the word in a sentence. She wrote her master's thesis on the effect of global warming. Let's move on to the fifth word, plagiarism. This is how it is pronounced, plagiarism. And how do we spell the word? PLAGIARISM, plagiarism. And what does the word mean? It means the practice of taking someone else's work or ideas and passing them off as one's own. This is a sort of copying. The word is a noun, okay, and the word comes from the Latin origin, okay, plagiarize, which means to kidnap or a kidnapper. And let us use the word in a sentence. The student has been accused of plagiarism. The student has been accused of plagiarism. So what does the word means? The practice of taking someone else's work or ideas and passing them off as one is called plagiarism. This is the fifth word. Let's move on to the sixth one. The sixth one is not so unique. It's quite common. Let's take a look at this word. It's pronounced genius. And how do we spell it? GENIUS, genius, meaning an exceptionally clever person. The word is a noun. The word comes from the Latin origin genius, meaning inborn nature, wit or brilliance. Let's use the word in a sentence. That a cultured medical genius found her inspiring was beyond flattering. So this is how we have used the word in a sentence. So this is quite a simple one. Let's move on to the seventh one. CRAM. How do we pronounce the word? CRAM. How do we spell it? CRAM, CRAM. What does it mean? Study intensively over a short period of time just before an examination. This is called CRAM or cramming. The word is a verb, okay? The word is Middle English origin, alright? And then let's use the word in a sentence of our own. Before the trip, I crammed my head with information about Spain. So I was setting off for a tour to Spain, and before I did that, I crammed my head with information about Spain. Let's move on and take a look at the eighth word. Intensively. This is how we pronounce it. And how do we spell it? I-N-T-E-N-S-I-V-E-L-Y. Intensively. What does it mean? It means with extreme concentration or effort, very thoroughly and vigorously. This is what it means. And what part of speech is the word? It is an adverb. And what language of origin is the word? The language of origin is Latin, meaning turn one's attention, strain or stretch. Let's use the word in a sentence. The best ideas is to bury yourself in your books and to study intensively until you know the subject inside out. So this is how we use this word in a sentence. Let's move on to the ninth one. It means assess. How do we spell it? A-S-S-E-S-S, assess, meaning evaluated and given a grade. Evaluated and given a grade. The word is a verb. The word assess comes from the old French word, okay, and to use the word in a sentence, take a look at this one. The school will assess the students' progress each year. So this is how you use the word assess. And let's move on to the last and the final word in today's video. And this is it. Axis. Axis. This is how we pronounce it. And how do we spell it? A-C-C-E-S-S. Axis. What does it mean? It means the means or opportunity to approach or enter a place. The word can be used both as a noun and as a verb. The word is of Middle English and Middle French origin. Okay, and let me use the word in a sentence of our own. They need access to the right help so they can rebuild their lives. So this was the last and the final word in today's video, access, which means the means or opportunity to approach or enter a place. So this is what we had. So before we end the video, let's recap what were the words that we learned in today's video. The first word we looked at was mnemonics, which refers to a trick to memorize or learn something. The second word we learned today was portfolio, meaning a collection of work, usually written or creative work. Dissertation was the next word, which means a long research-based work for a degree, usually 10 to 15,000 words. Thesis is another research-based work, but it is more than 80,000 words, and it is for a higher degree. The next word was plagiarism, which means to copy someone else's work and present it as one's own. The sixth word was genius, which was quite a common one. The seventh one was cram. Cram means to learn something intensively, and we know intensively means uh, uh, vigorously, in an intense manner. Assess means to evaluate something, and access means to get the opportunity or access to something. So these were the 10 words that we have learned today. I hope you will remember these words and will be able to use them. I will do one thing in order to reinforce what you have learned today. I'm going to put a practice file in the description of this video so that you can go and practice and learn these 10 words so that in future you can use these words quite easily. So this is all I have for you today. Thank you for watching. Okay, hope you liked our work, and if you did like our video today, okay, then please don't forget to subscribe our channel. We need your subscription, okay, in order to make more videos in future. So that's all I have for you today. Thank you very much. Goodbye.